Hey everybody, Josie here. Today I wanted to make a video to talk about the incredible, unbelievable, wonderful, gorgeous film that I just saw, which also happens to be based on one of my all-time favourite books. So I read this book, probably about 6 months ago, and I loved it from the minute I read it. It is heartfelt, it is sad, it makes you think. The characters are incredible and they live with you long after you've finished reading. And the book that I'm talking about is this one here, and it's The Miseducation of Cameron Post. Now, I read this, and the whole time I was reading it, in my head I was thinking this would make a great film. And apparently I wasn't the only one, luckily. And the incredible, incredible director, Desiree Akvan, has made a gorgeous film out of this book. And I was lucky enough to get to go and see a preview screening last Thursday here in Brighton, and the screening actually had a Q&A afterwards, a live Q&A with Desiree Akvan. And not only is she just gorgeous and an incredibly talented filmmaker, but she's also so fascinating to listen to, so interesting, so insightful, so well thought out in what she wants to say and do. And all of her films are so good and really thought-provoking and make you think about gender and identity and who you are, who you want to be, how people see you, which is something that is incredibly close to my heart. I'm gay, I'm queer. I came out quite late in life compared to a lot of other people. It was something I probably always knew and felt ever since I was a young child, but I didn't have the courage, the vocabulary, the experience to really own who I thought I was, own up to it. There was fear involved as well, which I think is a kind of a strong component that runs through this book, and something that Desiree said in the Q&A as well was around, you know, things changing and people accepting transgender women, for example, and that where you get that kind of hatred and that I don't want that, you know, they're not real women, or that's just fear, that fear of the unknown, fear of your own gender identity maybe being challenged. And I think with this book and the film, Miseducation of Cameron Post, there is that fear, because I think ultimately, for anyone that's read the book, I don't want to do a spoiler, but I think her aunt really does love her and ultimately wants the best for her and thinks she's doing the best for her, sending her off to this camp. So just to backtrack a bit, the story follows Cameron Post. She's 16 years old and she is caught with her best friend making out, and she is sent to a gay conversion camp in America. This is set in the United States in the early 90s, which is an awesome era. My teen era is the 90s, so it was nice to sort of see that up on screen and read that first of all in the book, but then also see that up on screen. And it was kind of weird when you see that people don't have mobile phones, and if you want to go and ring somebody you have to go use a payphone. Landlines, where have landlines gone? So that was really fun actually to see in the movie and also read in the book. But the book obviously is, the book's 500 pages long, so there's a lot more backstory. I won't give away the plot of the book in case you haven't read it, which you absolutely should. But if you haven't, there's a lot of, I think the first 300 pages really focus on what happens about Cameron's, you know, personal life, what happened to her parents, all of that, and then the last 200 pages are where she's at the conversion camp, and that's really what the film focuses on. So the film is more focused on, you see a snippet of obviously what happens to get her to that position, but then it focuses on her time in the gay conversion camp and about the other people that are there with her. There's some really great, I mean, Cameron Post is obviously the central character, but there's some really great supporting characters in this book, and consequently in the film. I love Jane Fonda, she's an awesome character, and then there's a character in the book and also in the film that is, he's Native American Indian and he is a two-spirit, And it's really interesting because I had never heard that term until I read Emily Danforth's book, and it was a concept that I'd never heard of, something that I think you don't really get much in literature, and certainly not on screen. And I love that, you know, Desiree included that, but she herself had said that she hadn't heard about that before, and went off to New York and actually spoke to the Two-Spirit community. And what that is, it's having two genders, essentially. I won't go into the technical explanation, but, you know, absolutely look it up. It's really interesting. It's a really, really beautiful concept, and it's having these two genders inside of you, you know, having this male and female energy. And in the Native American community, it also, these people are revered. It's not seen as something to be shameful of or something to be afraid of, which I think is a really beautiful concept, and again ties into the, I guess, the Western idea of bisexuality, about, you know, gender neutral, about people not feeling one specific way or another, or having a balance of both genders in their personalities. So I think that was really beautiful to see that up on screen as well. There are some really, obviously, sad moments in the film and in the book, and moments that made me really angry. Obviously, conversion camp, that's just a concept in of its own that is frightening and frankly disgusting to me. The idea that you need to reform gay people, but it's handled with incredible sensitivity, and also in the film you have these moments where it is so absurd, what they're saying, that you have to laugh. It's horrendous, but it's funny at the same time. So it is beautifully shot. I feel like you can see it's a female director in the film, and the performances are incredible. Obviously, when you read something, you have a certain idea in your head of how somebody looks, of how somebody acts. So it is always going to be something where normally when you see a film, or for me when I see the film, it doesn't quite, not live up to, but you have that particular image in your head, and then you see the film and it, you know, it's something totally different. So, but with this one, I felt like the characters just, they came alive off the page. And Chloe Grace Moretz, who's Cameron Post in this film, is incredible, and she is normally, I would associate with sort of blockbustery kind of films, whereas I think in this she's just fantastic, and she gives such a beautiful, authentic, gentle performance. The way she embodies Cameron Post, to me, is perfect. And I think that if you love the book, and okay, I really love the book. So this is the copy that I had originally. That's the one I bought and read. And then they brought out a special edition. So I went and bought this one because how cool is that? Look at that. Isn't that cool? So this was the Pride edition that they brought out. And actually, if I'm totally honest, I like this cover a bit more, and I like the colours. So I have two copies of the same book. This is how much I love this book. And this is how excited I was when the film came out. So I would say for anyone, but obviously if you're queer, you're struggling with identity or not, and you want to watch something that's incredibly heartfelt, incredibly beautiful, watch the film, read the book as well. It's gorgeous, and like I said, the film stays very true to the book, stays very true to the characters, to the story, but it does obviously only focus on, because I mean, if you were going to make a 500-page book into a film, you'd be there all day. So it does very heavily obviously focus on the end bit of the book and the actual gay conversion therapy piece of the book, but when you read it, you kind of get some, you know, a little bit of the front story and how particularly Cameron's character came into being, and more of that is kind of obviously set out in the book. But the book is gorgeous, the film is gorgeous. It is out in general release here in the UK. I believe that there wasn't that much interest in the States, which is, well, probably makes sense, but it's madness, seeing as it also did win the Grand Jury Prize at the Sundance Film Festival, because it deserved it, and it's incredible. So please go out and see it if you can in the cinemas. I'm actually going to go see it again because I want to, you know, support the box office as much as I can. I'm crazy. So definitely going to go see it again. Desiree's other film, Appropriate Behaviour, see that. And then if you're in the UK, she's doing a new TV series as well. It's not like a Desiree Akhavan infomercial, but I do really love her. But she's doing a TV series on Channel 4 in the United Kingdom called The Bisexual. So that's going to be, well, I'm expecting that to be really, really good. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that. And I think that's going to be on Channel 4 really soon, to watch that. And read Emily's book, because it's wonderful. And if you can get this edition, it's gorgeous. But I really loved it. So yeah, I just wanted to share my love and my excitement for this book, for this film. Yeah, so thanks for listening to me ramble. I'll speak to you guys next time. Bye.